June 18th, 2023. North Atlantic Ocean. 5 people were descending nearly 4,000 meters below the surface, inside an experimental submarine built from carbon fiber. Billionaires, explorers, a father, a son, and not one of them knew that someone had already predicted exactly how this would end. 1 hour, 45 minutes into the dive, communication stopped. No distress call, no explosion, no final message, just silence. For 4 days, the world watched rescue ships, military aircraft, sonar scans, countdown clocks, all searching for signs of life in one of the most hostile places on Earth. But while millions were praying they'd be found, one man already knew they wouldn't, because 2 years earlier, he wrote a report, detailed, technical, impossible to misunderstand. He said the hull could fail. He said passengers could die. And instead of fixing the submarine, they fired him.
That's usually how it starts. Not with an explosion, with a warning nobody wanted to hear.
His name was David Lockridge, and this file begins long before Titan ever touched the ocean, before Titan became global news, before billionaires, headlines, countdown clocks. There was one man inside OceanGate whose job was simple: make sure nobody dies. Inside OceanGate, everyone knew exactly why he was there: to stop dangerous machines before they became headlines. Former Royal Navy diver, marine operations specialist, a man who had spent decades working in places where mistakes don't get second chances: oil platforms, deep water inspections, commercial dive operations, pressure systems.
Emergency recovery. This wasn't theory for him. This was survival. When OceanGate hired Lockridge, the company looked unstoppable. Investors were watching. Journalists were curious. Wealthy clients were already booking seats for something no private company had ever truly mastered: taking ordinary civilians nearly 4,000 meters below the Atlantic to see the wreck of Titanic. It sounded impossible, which was exactly why people loved it, and exactly why David started asking questions. At the center of OceanGate stood one man, Stockton Rush, founder, CEO, pilot, salesman, believer.
He didn't just want to visit Titanic. He wanted to change who was allowed to. Rush believed deep-sea exploration shouldn't belong only to governments, universities, or military programs. He wanted billionaires, entrepreneurs, adventurers to buy a seat and descend into history. Interviews made him look fearless. Investors called him revolutionary. The media called him visionary. And for a while, it worked. But inside OceanGate, one person had already started seeing what nobody outside the company could. It started with the hull. Not the engines, not the batteries, not the electronics. The hull, the one thing that separated 5 human bodies from 4,000 meters of crushing pressure. Titan wasn't built from titanium or steel or the materials used by military submarines. It was built using carbon fiber, lightweight, innovative, experimental, and according to Lockridge, dangerously unpredictable under repeated deep-sea pressure cycles. Then he discovered something worse. There were no proper non-destructive scans to verify internal damage inside the hull, no independent certification, no complete pressure validation,
And no reliable way to know when the hull was beginning to fail. That's when David Lockridge started writing. David Lockridge didn't panic. He documented everything, every concern, every missing test, every unanswered question. Line by line, page by page, he built a report that could stop Titan before anyone ever stepped inside. Inside that report, Lockridge warned that OceanGate had no reliable way to detect delamination inside the carbon fiber hull. Tiny fractures, invisible weaknesses, damage building layer by layer, dive after dive. The kind of damage you don't hear, the kind of damage you only discover when it's already too late.
Machines rarely fail without sign. People do.
He also questioned the viewport, the small acrylic window, the only thing separating passengers from nearly 6,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. According to Lockridge, parts of Titan were being pushed far beyond what independent standards considered safe, so he did exactly what safety officers are trained to do. He escalated it. He submitted the report, and he waited. The meeting didn't go the way he expected. There were no emergency inspections, no shutdown, no redesign, no engineering review. Instead, David Lockridge found himself sitting across from Stockton Rush, founder, CEO, the man who built OceanGate. And according to court documents, what happened next changed everything. Lockridge stood by his findings. He refused to withdraw the report, refused to soften the language, refused to sign off, and within days, OceanGate fired him, effective immediately. Access revoked, files locked, career inside the company over. Then OceanGate did something even more disturbing. They sued him.
First, they question the warning. Then, they make sure nobody hears it.
Outside OceanGate, nobody knew. Not journalists, not investors, not future passengers, not the father or the 19-year-old son who would one day climb inside Titan. Interviews continued. Promotional videos kept playing. Seats kept selling for $250,000 each. And while the world saw innovation, one former employee saw something else. A countdown, June 18th, 2023. Titan began its final descent. 1 hour, 45 minutes, then silence. When investigators reconstructed the debris field, the conclusion was brutal. Catastrophic implosion. Instant. No warning, no escape, no second chance. The ocean didn't fail. Physics didn't fail. The warning was already written. The warning was clear. The warning was fired. David Lockridge wasn't wrong. He was early.
Titan didn't implode. Titan followed the pattern.
And Titan wasn't the first disaster where the engineer was right. The next file had been buried 3 years before Fukushima.